And it got me thinking that if they were that successful in whatever they were doing, if they were comfortable in their achievements in that line, whatever the line is they're putting out to you, why do they feel a need to sell you a course expecting you to buy it and follow their example? I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, me again. Quick video today. Has your social media and YouTube feed been stuffed with content that suggests that by doing XYZ you could live comfortably or become well off, or just sounds like it's trying to make an easy life just by making a few posts here and there? I don't know about you, but mine has. And I mentioned this in other videos that I'm now in that Over 40 club. I've been in that Over club for some time, but apparently now I'm in that club and my YouTube feed is stacked with over 40 videos. Amusingly too, so is my other social media. I don't do much on social media, just go in to post about the business and I get these things pop up. I'm sure it's just the algorithm working on the ages when you apply to join, but nevertheless it just feels like they're pointing the finger. Anyway, but it got me thinking about all these different plans and schemes, because they've been around for a long time. There's nothing new. It's a current trend, this over 40. Before it's been Bitcoin, there's print on demand, you name it. There's a raft of these things out there. And I don't know about you, but it seems to me that there's a raft of people trying to sell you something that suggests that their scheme or their ideas or their expertise will help you achieve it. And invariably it comes with some kind of cost, you know, and not necessarily massive, but nevertheless a cost. And it got me thinking that if they were that successful in whatever they were doing, if they were comfortable in their achievements in that line, whatever the line is they're putting out to you, why do they feel a need to sell you a course expecting you to buy it and follow their example? I mean, I don't know, just crazy as it is. Let's think about this. I'm going to walk now. Can't stand here gesticulating at a gatepost. Looks very silly if anyone walks past. The thing is that there's several types of experts out there, I've noticed. There's the experts who try and sell you something if you follow their pattern or their plan. Then there's the experts who have got a certain amount of experience and they're just helping pass that on, looking to sell you anything. They're just giving the information as the experience they've learnt it. And then there's those who have no experience of ever doing anything but seem to be very capable on a computer at reading data and coming to a conclusion. So those are the three different types as I see it. Now, the ones trying to say the ideas and the ones who've done the data, to me, are the two dodgiest ones. And yet, this is a remarkable thing, they're the ones that seem to get the most views. Now, maybe they have better clickbait titles. Maybe it's just that's what people want to hear. I don't know. And that's what it strikes me, is people are, I'm not using the word manipulated, but they're susceptible to it. Whereas the guys who've been there, got the t-shirt, tell you how to do it, get fewer views, and yet they seem to be the ones that are doing it every day and quite happily and not expecting you to part with any cash. Weird, isn't it? Very quickly, guys, obviously you're watching my videos and maybe you're enjoying some of it, all of it, I don't know. But clearly you're still here after this time. So could I ask you to help a small channel out, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing this video. All the small channels need all the help they can get. A subscribe costs you nothing, but is a big boost to them, including myself, of course. So whenever you see a small channel that says something that you find of interest, why not give them the benefit of a subscribe and a like, just to help out the algorithm and let YouTube spread it around further. Now back to the content. So apparently in this Over 40s club, I did click on a few of the videos. I did have a look. I wanted to see what it was they were peddling. And you know what? There was nothing of any substance whatsoever. They were basically telling you, if you're over 40, to start a YouTube channel. That was the gist of it. Just start a channel. Doesn't matter what it's about, just start a channel. Well, long term, that may be true, I don't know. But I would argue this, that if you're starting a YouTube channel and you're starting about something you're passionate about, you're going to make the YouTube channel because you're passionate about the subject, and there will be other people around the world who are equally as passionate about it, and they will follow you. Whether that's enough people to make any money from, make an income from, I don't know. That's something that only you will know in time, and you'll know how big your hobby is or how popular it is. But equally, to just start one and drift every week and talk about nonsense, pretty much like I'm doing, and expecting that to somehow turn into something, I'd be an idiot. It's not going to happen. Now, admittedly, I could turn this into talking about politics. That seems to be very popular online, and the channels that talk about that seem to get a lot of following from whichever camp they're in. Personally, I think they get enough air as it is, that's the politicians, so I'm going to try and avoid it. But anyway, the thing is that it's so easy to say just start, but just starting isn't itself going to ever do anything for you. One thing it will do, and this is something else I've noticed, that the ones who seem to be pushing this, they've got the thumbnails sorted out, they've got that sussed, they've got the presentation skills sorted out, so they've got that sussed, so they're very slick and very polished. Now that to me says they've either had multiple YouTube channels before, and they've binned those and started again, and probably started on every bandwagon that came along, or their channel has evolved over time. And I'm going with the fact the channel may have evolved over time. But either way, they've got the skills and the knack to be able to present it. And when you start out yourself, and you'll learn this as you start out, that it takes time to get used to speaking to the little box, speaking into a camera. It isn't something you just naturally do one day. It isn't like making a phone call or FaceTime, whatever they call it on social media. It's not like that. There's no interaction. It's just you and the box. So it will take you a while to get the hang of that. But once you do, obviously it makes life a lot easier. But then you get very conscious of people wandering around, like I am. I don't like it when people are wandering around, I'm talking. That's why I like my little countryside tracks and back roads. It's much easier. So yeah, it's a practiced skill that anyone can do. It just takes practice. So there's my little opinion piece for this week, is are all these things, all these little, I'm going to use the word get rich quick scheme because I can't think of another phrase, although be it, it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. But is it really, are they really what they're cracked up to be? Do you have the same opinion as me that it's just all illusions, it's all hocus pocus, and they're just trying to, grift is a good word. It sounds awful. Don't want to deride them because they've got a job to do as well, and it's their job. But it just seems so, at least when you buy a lottery ticket, it's just a game of chance. Whereas these people seem to be selling dreams that may not be true. Anyway, I'll leave it like that because I've gabbed on enough, and I think that's enough for today's opinion. But do let me know what you think. Please leave a comment or drop a line. I'd like to hear from you. Have you been tempted yourself? Do you want to do a YouTube channel just for the sake of it? Or do you rather do a YouTube channel on something that you actually want to talk about or do? Anyway, I've been John at Large. I will catch you again for another one of my opinions. See you soon. Take care.